One of the key aspects of the sport of rally is using cars based on ones that the public can buy and drive. The regulations have become more relaxed over the years, and the more modern version of WRC cars have strayed away from that methodology with spectacular technological modifications and wild aero enhancements. There was a time when manufacturers would build a small number of vehicles, which was dictated by the regulations. These are referred to as homologation specials. Here are the top 10. When people think about rally cars, most wouldn't immediately think about BMW. They've been out of the rally game for a few decades now, but their last foray was with the E30 M3. The standard E30 has become an icon in the motoring world in recent years. Still, many people don't realize that it's also an icon in the rally world. It was the last two-wheel drive car to ever win a WRC event. While Group A only dictated a 5,000 unit minimum, BMW ended up selling nearly 18,000 of them. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Through the 90s, Mitsubishi was a dominant force in the WRC. Between 1996 and 1999, Tommy Mäkinen drove 4 generations of Lancer Evos to 4 drivers' championships and 1 manufacturer's championship. The Lancer Evo coming into the rally scene kicked off a cultural battle with the Subaru Impreza that continues to this day. Are you an Evo fan or a Subi fan? Let us know in the comments. Porsche has dabbled in rally for the better part of a century, and while we don't see them at the highest level anymore, many Porsches are still used in rallies around the world. Back in the 80s, they wanted to put their stamp on the golden era of Group B and create a car that would dominate. Their choice of car? The 959. When most people think of the 959, they think of the rare and unbelievably expensive road-going supercar. Porsche had the vision of turning that into a world rally champion. Unfortunately, development time took longer than expected, and Group B had been canceled by the time it was ready. The next one on the list is the Ford RS200. This is another car that was created specifically for Group B, and many consider it to be the pinnacle of performance for the era. The road-going Evo models were extremely lightweight and came with more than 600 horsepower out of the mid-mounted 4-cylinder engine and a drivetrain that could be switched between 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. The turbos were absolutely massive on this thing, which gave them a huge amount of turbo lag, but also made them accelerate like a rocket ship when the boost finally kicked in. Unfortunately, this is another one that never reached its full potential thanks to Group B being scrapped during its first full season. The next car is another blue oval, but this time from the Group A era. The Ford Escort RS Cosworth is another one that regained popularity in recent years thanks to Ken Block using them for his Gymkhana videos and even some stage rallies. But back in the 90s, this car was mega cool and extremely popular with the tuner community because they could squeeze unbelievable amounts of power out of them. Because of that, it's challenging to find any original ones that haven't been completely molested. The Lancia Delta Integrale. The Delta became an absolute rally legend when it won 6 manufacturers' championships in a row, 4 drivers' titles, and racked up 46 rally wins. All of that helped make Lancia the most successful manufacturer in WRC history. Back then, rally fans could purchase a martini version of the Delta Integrale that mimicked the iconic rally car. We're hopping back to Group B for the next car, the Lancia 037. As we've discussed in past videos, the 037 Rally was the final 2-wheel drive car to win the WRC Manufacturers' Championship, beating all the all-wheel drive cars, including the Audi Quattro. It's probably the most beautiful rally car ever built and maybe one of the rarest as well. The road-going version is said to be one of the best driver's cars of all time thanks to the impeccable suspension geometry, amazing balance, and immediate power delivery thanks to the supercharger. We're into the top 3 with the Toyota Celica GT4. Another car born from Group A, Toyota created one of the most dominant cars in history and gave that car to the public. Back when rally cars closely resembled their road-going counterparts, the Celica GT4 was an epic all-around car that could be driven daily in any weather, thanks to its rally pedigree. I'm sure you saw this car coming, the infamous Subaru Impreza. While the Impreza had many formats that spanned multiple generations of rally cars, the one that really helped kick it off was the GC chassis from the mid-90s. The road-going versions were, and still are, people's choice for daily drivers. Low cost, reliability, adequate amounts of power, and symmetrical all-wheel drive made the Impreza the go-to car for aspiring rally drivers. Finally, the top car. I'm sure nobody will be surprised by this one, the Audi Sport Quattro. The truly undisputed rally legend, Audi changed the face of rallying with the introduction of four-wheel drive. They kicked off the 80s with the standard Quattro, then in 1984, they improved it by shortening the wheelbase, improving the all-wheel drive system, and giving it more power. That wasn't only available in the rally car, it was also available to a lucky few who could get their hands on a homologation version for the road. These days, the Sport Quattro sells for more than $500,000. What's on your top 10? Are there any that you think we missed? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed another video about the amazing sport of rally. We'll catch you in the next one.